equipment suppliers, which represents US parts makers. Read the story. The auto industry is embracing relief from tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico that could overturn the North American supply chain. But the reprieve is only temporary. Read the story. For automotive retailers, Trump's 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico could be cause for whiplash. Read the story. Stellantis said it shares Trump's goal of building more cars in the US, as it thanked him for granting a 1-month exemption from tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Read the story. President Donald Trump will exempt automakers from his punishing 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico for 1 month as long as they comply with the terms of an existing free trade agreement, the White House said March 5th. Read the story. Car buyers will have to absorb more of the tariff impacts than consumers purchasing other goods because of several auto industry idiosyncrasies, including the uniqueness of automotive parts, the supplier financial picture and customer brand loyalty. Read the story. Some Forvire customers have accepted contract modifications to cover the costs of tariffs for imported parts, said Francois Tardif, Executive Vice President for North America. The company is working with customers on a case-by-case basis, said CEO Martin Fisher. They spoke with reporters briefly on March 5th in Detroit. Late last month, Forvire CFO Olivier Durand had said that the supplier would need to pass on the entire tax to customers. We can't do otherwise, he said. Jamie Butters. Read the story. Here's an overview of the tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China, and how they jibe with previous trade policies and tariff rates. Read the story. Unifor President Lorna Payne said she harbors no illusions about how hard the Union and Canadian government will need to fight to keep the country's automotive industry intact as US President Donald Trump targets Canada with tariffs. Read the story. US. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said in an interview Wednesday morning on Bloomberg TV that he expects Trump will make an announcement regarding the tariffs on Canada and Mexico this afternoon. Lutnick suggested the tariffs will remain at 25%, but said some categories of goods might be exempted, including the auto sector. Read the story. President Donald Trump acknowledged that there may be an adjustment period as his sweeping tariffs take effect, but defended his push to remake the US economy in a primetime address to a joint session of Congress on March 4th. Arguing that despite economic headwinds, the nation's momentum is back. Read the story. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick told Fox Business on Tuesday that President Donald Trump will reach a middle ground with Canada and Mexico on tariffs, and an announcement to that effect was expected on March 5th. Read the story. The 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico imposed by President Donald Trump could erase billions of dollars from the bottom lines of the Detroit 3 and append operations of virtually every automaker operating in the US, analysts and investors warned. Read the story. Trump's decision will have massive ripple effects on the North American supply chain, vehicle production, and affordability, especially if the tariffs and retaliatory measures by Canada and Mexico remain in place for weeks, months, or longer. Where's what to expect in the short and long term? Read the story. Auto industry stocks took a beating March 4th as Trump moved forward with 25% tariffs on Mexican and Canadian goods, including vehicles and parts. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down 670.25 points, or 1.44%, on top of a decline of more than 600 points on March 3rd. Read the story. Canada imposed immediate reciprocal tariffs on $30 billion Canadian of US